Okay, Josh Hogdson has suffered looks very likely a season-ending knee injury in the loss to the Melbourne Storm, 20 points to 14, at home for Canberra in tonight's game, which I watched live. And watching it live, that's an ACL. That's 6 months. And this is a shortened season. Now, he suffered a knee injury to his left knee that required surgery. He missed the 2017 World Cup. He had to have surgery. He missed a lengthy part of the 2018 season as well. This is a double blow. Firstly, for the player, because he's had knee problems before, and secondly, for the Raiders. Now, they had to rejig their formation a little bit, and their lineup a little bit in the second half, especially with Jordan Rapana playing basically as a roving forward or back when he came off the interchange bench. And it's going to be interesting to see how the Raiders adapt to this injury blow. They've already got several players on the sidelines with long-term injuries, and it is a shortened season. Even with Josh Hogdson going off injured, they gave the Melbourne Storm a run for their money for the whole 80 minutes. It was a game that could have swung either way. The Pappenhausen try, I think, was the difference in the end, because if they don't score that, if that kick is picked up by Kotrick or Croker on that left side of the field and it's a try, it comes down to goal kicking, and Croker did miss a couple of kicks tonight. It was a very, very close game, but long term, with Hogdson out, they're going to have to make some tough decisions. There's no reserve grade being played this season, so they can't bring up a hooker from one of their reserve grade teams, and it does put some pressure on the Raiders on the injury front. Whether he will require surgery on this knee injury or not, or just let it heal naturally, we'll wait and see the severity, but it is feared he could miss the rest of the season. And in a shortened season where every match matters, and injuries will have a big bearing on who wins the grand final and who wins the minor premiership. Every team is suffering terribly with injuries right now to key players and depth players. And it is a concern for Ricky Stewart. And the NRL have to look at the amount of injuries being sustained by players. Yes, they brought in some of these rule changes that bring into fatigue back into the game, the set restart rule, but a lot of these players are going down with knee and ankle problems. There's a lot of knee and ankle injuries. But is it the quality of the pitch? Is it the pace of play increasing? The NRL has to look at the spate of knee and ankle injuries in the last 3-4 weeks. Whether it's just a cluster of injuries coming at the same time, they seem to happen in clusters with people. We could go 6-7 games and no players get injured, and suddenly there's been a burst of injuries over the last 3-4 weeks since the restart, and Josh Hogdson is the latest high-profile casualty of a knee injury. Now, we'll see what the prognosis is when he goes for tests and scans, but it looks likely he's set to miss the rest of the season. Big blow for Canberra, my team. So it'll be interesting to see how they bounce back in their next game. They have a shorter turnaround, and it'll be interesting when it comes to the grand final and when it comes to finals footy. Is it the team who can best manage their roster, considering there is no reserve grade? Because injuries, I think, will play a much bigger part this season than in previous seasons in determining who makes the finals, who makes the grand final, and who wins the grand final. But thank you very much for watching. Place your thoughts below, and I'll have some more videos for you very, very soon.